Now, a lot of you may be wondering, Nathan, what are you talking about? This is podcast number 7. This is podcast number 6. You'd be wrong. This is podcast number 7, and you also may be wondering, well, then where the hell is podcast number 6? Because the last one I see here on YouTube was number 5. Well, and that ties in to why I haven't posted a podcast in a while. I had this long, over the past few weeks, I had been contemplating what I wanted to do with these podcasts, and I don't know if it's just I forgot why I chose to make these video podcasts. Like, but I know before I just started these podcasts, I thought about it a little bit, but then I ended up just going right into it. I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Screw it. And I think I even talked about this in the first podcast. I was like, if I want to do other stuff or I want to change it up, then it's just gonna happen in the middle of the series. I was just gonna wing it. And then over the past couple weeks, I'm like, why do I have video podcasts? I don't do anything in the video. You don't need to watch me talk to you. You can just listen, right? So why did I make it a video podcast? And it took me a while to be like, well, maybe I just want to do audio. And so if you're wondering where number 6 is, it is on SoundCloud. If you go to soundcloud.com/WE podcast, you will find podcast number 6, which actually came out on the 4th of July. All right. I said a couple weeks. It's been almost a month since the last podcast. So you can hear that. That was kind of my test to be like, okay, let's see if it's gonna work to just do audio. And I didn't end up promoting it or anything. There's actually nobody's listened to it yet because I haven't promoted this SoundCloud. Nobody knows about it. But now I am promoting it. And now I've decided to keep it video for a couple of reasons. One being that I personally prefer video podcasts over just listening to it. I can pay attention more and I can stay through the whole podcast more when I'm visually entertained as well as, audibly entertained. Like, there's a number of podcasts that I watch where it's a video podcast, but they don't do anything. You watch them talk. And I don't know what it is, but something about keeping me visually busy while I'm listening to a podcast, no matter if they're not really doing anything, makes me stay. And so that's why I've decided to continue doing video with this. Another idea I had was to just do audio podcasts for like just a bunch of audio podcasts that were on SoundCloud, and then after I released a ton of them, I would then upload all of the video versions of them afterwards. So I would record video, but I wouldn't post the video until I had like a ton of them done, and then just I was like, why would I do that? That's kind of stupid. And then another reason is that YouTube, this is my home. This is what I do. This is my YouTube channel. I want you to be able to see everything that I'm doing on this channel, for the most part. And making videos is something that I do. Whether it's just me sitting here talking, making videos is something that it's my thing, So that's what this is for. I'm going to continue to do these video podcasts, even though they don't really have to be video, every Tuesday and Thursday. And hopefully it'll even motivate me to do more main videos more often, because I'll be like, oh, I've had 5 podcasts in a row and no main videos in between. That just doesn't seem right. So hopefully it'll make me realize how terrible I am at posting main videos 3 times a week. Whew, I'm glad I got that off my chest. I've been... So, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm also going to be posting, for those of you that don't care to watch the video version, you can follow me on that SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/WE podcast. Literally just, it's like We Podcast, WE podcast. There's no slash. You can't have a slash in a URL. That's not how that works. A slash is part of the URL template. I couldn't put it in my username. And you can listen to the 4th of July podcast that you've never heard if you want to. And then for those of you that want to continue just listening, continue following me on that SoundCloud. You can download them as well. So you can download them on your device. I don't know if you'd like to listen to podcasts while you're, I don't know, driving or while you're cleaning your house, or I don't know. I personally, see, that's another part of my problem is, like, I could keep myself visually entertained while listening to a podcast, but I'm such a diehard hip-hop music fan that, like, if I'm doing something like that, like cleaning my house, driving my car, when I'm at the gym, I just prefer to listen to music. I don't want to listen to a podcast. But that's just me. Maybe you're different. Maybe you like podcasts, and that's why that SoundCloud is for you people. And for you people that like to watch the podcast, that's what this is for. This playlist is for here on my main YouTube channel. Also, stay tuned for Thursday's podcast, because there may or may not be some special guests. I'm pretty excited for you to see it. A little disappointed as well because, spoiler alert, but I'm so mad, but I'm over it. I hadn't, when I was recording our microphones for the podcast, I use Audacity to record the audio, and I hadn't switched over the microphone settings to the preamp. It was set to the built-in microphone on the laptop. So we did a whole, and it was a great podcast. You'll see it on Thursday, and you will recognize, if you've been keeping up with my channel, for these people have been on my channel before. I'll say that. On this channel, they've hosted whatever episodes on this channel. So you should recognize them. And yeah, it just, why is this loose? There we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, no, why does it sound so bad? And then I looked at what the microphone input was the whole time, and it was the built-in microphone on my Mac. And I was like, are you serious? So I'm probably just going to end up using the camera audio. So that one, I'm probably not even going to put that one up on SoundCloud, just because it's not even worth listening to if it's from the camera's microphone. It's just not going to sound good. Really disappointed that happened, but it was too good of a podcast to not. I mean, I seriously considered that. I have done multiple videos on this channel, and the littlest thing like that could happen. Oh, the microphone wasn't recording. Okay, not even worth posting without exquisite audio quality. But this podcast, I just have to. So, you'll see that. And we actually did two. I did one with two people, and then I did another one with just one of them. You'll see. I'm not going to say who it is. I don't want to spoil it too much, but so stay tuned for Thursday. I'm going to try to make it so every Thursday, maybe every other Thursday, the podcast that comes out will have a guest star. And hopefully later this month on the 26th, I believe. If you guys know Xander, the one and only Xander from ERB Parodies, He is inviting a bunch of people to his house later this month, and we're all going to Rochester, New York, where he's from, where he lives, and we're meeting up, and it's gonna be great. And I'm definitely gonna do multiple podcasts with them. I might try to do a podcast with everybody that's going. It's probably gonna be too much though. So I think what would be really cool is to do just a bunch of one-on-ones, and then I would have, podcasts with guest stars for weeks to come after that. So that would be really cool. That's what I plan on doing, at least. And then after that, I may just do guest stars through Skype, maybe just have them record their own microphone audio and record on their own camera and then send it over to me. We'll see how that goes. I've never done a length video like I did with when I recorded the podcast with the two people that's coming out on Thursday. I've never done a 2-camera 30-minute thing where now I'm gonna have to sit down and edit the cuts for 30 minutes, switching back from me talking to then the camera that's looking at them talking. I keep pointing over there because that's where they were sitting, over there. So I will see how it goes. I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna be fun, but sorry, I've been sick. I've actually just started getting over the sickness. Yesterday was the worst. I wanted to record this podcast yesterday, but I sounded absolutely horrible. I wasn't going to do it. What else did I want to talk? Music. I wanted to talk about music real quick. A lot of people, if there's any question that I've gotten the most on any of my videos, it's when am I gonna upload another song? What's up? What's up with your music channel? Why haven't you been posting music? Well, first of all, if you haven't heard Mista, you can go to, hold on, let me see, Mista. I'm featured in a song with Matthew Thomas and Xander. If you go to soundcloud.com, you know what? I'll put the link in the description. Link in the description. Check out that song if you haven't heard it yet. It's pretty cool. But then I want to talk about solo music. Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like I may have talked about this in a podcast before, and I'm really sorry if I'm going over this again, but this will definitely be the last time. It sounds kind of selfish, but music has become a thing that I just like to do for myself. It's just become therapeutic. It's just become something that I'm really passionate about. And the part of it where I have to come up with the cover art and officially release it and promote it and all that stuff is just that's not appealing to me. That's not why I make music. I make music because it's just fun. It's just fun for me to writing. I love writing. I love, all the, it's like puzzles with words over a beat, and then the different ways you can lay out the puzzle pieces over the beat, and and rhyming. I've become such a huge rhymer. I'm like a rhyming nerd. In real life, whenever somebody says something to me, my first response that I think of in my head is just something that rhymes with that. That's just, I don't know. I just love rhyming. It's a thrill for me. And so it's just become something that it's like a sport. It's honestly just like a sport. You know what I'm saying? You go out and you play baseball, or you go to play basketball. It's like you do it for the competition, for the fun. You don't do it to, all right, hold up, let me pull out a video camera so I can share it on YouTube with everybody. That's just not, it's not what that's about for me. That's what this channel is more about. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be posting music. I definitely am. It's just, I've kind of been waiting for the right song that's like, yeah, that's a banger. That's a good song. That's a song that you can tell I put a lot of time and effort into. That's worth sharing. And I actually do have one that's done. I'm waiting for the cover art to be completed. And then we'll go from there. And then I'll hopefully get it up, and that'll be a song. And then hopefully, you know, I do plan on posting songs more often than I have been. It's been, let's see how long it's been. I can check that real quick. 4 months since the last song, which was a single off of Hunter and I's album. And that's kind of why I've been lacking posting, is because everything that I had been working on for the longest time was just going towards that album. Because what would happen is, you know, I listen to a beat and then I'll write to it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. We'll see what Hunter has to say about that. And Hunter will be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Let me get on that. We'll do it for the album. And every single thing I was doing, I was giving to him, and then he was taking it somewhere, and it was just a back and forth thing, and everything was going towards the album. But now Hunter's been, he's got other things going on right now. He's got life. He's got life to deal with right now, and I respect that. The album is still happening. It's still a work in progress, but it's definitely going to be much more delayed than we originally planned on it being. And so hopefully I'll be able to get out some more music, like singles, on my Provost music channel. And so I got that one that's finished. I'm just waiting for the cover art to be done. And then actually Hunter told me he suggested that I finish a song that was going to go towards our album and release it as a single, which I may do. Yeah, and then we'll go from there, I guess. That's kind of where I'm at right now with life. We'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Sorry. I didn't mean to cough on you. Even though I coughed into my arm. Well, I'm glad you came for another whatever podcast. And if you didn't come, if you didn't listen, then I'm sorry. That didn't make any sense. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.